You know, in the nonstop world of hospitality, keeping a team feeling connected and supported is one of the biggest challenges there is. But what if the solution wasn't another management seminar or a new binder of rules, but a piece of code? Today we're going to dive into how artificial intelligence is being used to solve a very, very human problem in one of the most demanding industries out there.
So to really get why this technology is such a potential game changer, we first need to talk about the problem it's designed to solve. It all starts with something we can call the manager's blind spot, this growing gap between leaders and their teams.
The hospitality industry, as you know, it just never stops. Managers are stretched thinner than ever before, juggling hybrid work schedules, different shifts, and just constant operational demands. And what happens? A natural distance starts to form, both physically and emotionally, making it incredibly tough to really stay tuned in to how the team is doing. And this isn't a small thing. Missing those subtle cues, a change in tone, a bit of extra stress, that's how burnout begins to creep in. An employee could be really struggling, but in the middle of all the daily chaos, their manager just might not see it until it's way too late. And that disconnection, it has real costs. Not just for morale, but for the bottom line. Burnout leads directly to high turnover and shaky guest service, and those are two things this industry just can't afford.
So, what's the fix? How can managers get a clear line of sight into their team's well-being without adding another huge task to their already overflowing plate? Well, let's take a look at a really innovative solution that's being put into practice.
At a leading institution, the Europe Hotel School London, they are tackling this problem head-on. They're integrating an AI tool directly into their training and operations, and this tool has a name: Kona.
So what exactly is Kona? Well, think of it as an AI coach that lives right inside the communication tools a team already uses, like Slack or Microsoft Teams. Its whole purpose is to be a kind of bridge, helping managers build up their empathy and keep a finger on the pulse of their team's health.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But how does a piece of software actually coach a human to be more empathetic? Well, the secret is in its method, and it's based on a really fascinating idea from behavioral science.
The whole thing is surprisingly simple. First, every day, Kona asks each person a really simple, non-intrusive question. Second, the AI gets to work, analyzing all those responses to spot patterns and trends over time. And third, and this is the key part, if it spots a potential issue, it sends a private, discreet message straight to the manager.
This whole process is powered by something called nudge theory. Now, the idea isn't to order managers around. Instead, Kona provides these small, indirect suggestions, these little nudges that just make it easier for them to make a positive choice, like, say, checking in with an employee who might be having a tough week.
So what does one of these nudges actually look like? It's not some blaring alarm bell. It's a gentle, helpful prompt, just like this one. It gives the manager a specific, actionable piece of information they can use to start a supportive conversation. It's timely, it's private, and it's always constructive.
This is what the creators call just-in-time coaching. And it's so powerful because it's not some generic training course you take once a year and then forget. No, it's a real-time tool that gives a manager the exact insight they need at the exact moment that can actually make a difference.
But here's something that is absolutely critical to understand. The technology itself is not the final step. The AI is a data tool, first and foremost, but its entire reason for existing is to spark something deeply human.
You can almost think of it like a partnership. Kona provides the what, that data-driven insight. But the manager is still 100% responsible for the how, for taking that nudge and using it to build a real, genuine human connection. The AI can't have the conversation for you. It just helps open the door.
And it goes way beyond just individual nudges. The platform gives managers these incredibly powerful big-picture insights. You can start to see trends like, is the Tuesday evening shift always the most stressful? Or how did the team really feel after that big company announcement last week? This kind of data lets leaders be more strategic and proactive.
So when you put all of this together, what's the ultimate goal? What are we really building towards? Well, it's about creating a fundamentally different and better kind of workplace culture.
The benefits here are just profound. You're not just putting out fires, you're actually preventing burnout before it can even start. You're actively helping your managers become more emotionally intelligent leaders. All of this creates a proactive, supportive culture where people don't just survive their workdays, they can actually thrive. And you know what happens when a team thrives? Guest satisfaction goes through the roof and employee retention gets a whole lot better.
At the end of the day, in an industry that is all about people, technology like this isn't about replacing the human touch. It's about amplifying it. It's about making sure that even when things get crazy, the well-being of the team stays right where it belongs, front and center.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? We usually think of technology as being cold or impersonal, but tools like Kono point to a very different future. One where AI doesn't take away our humanity, but actually helps us reconnect with it. Maybe the future of management isn't less human, but actually more human, all thanks to a little help from technology. It's definitely something to think about.